September 13, 2022, Ferrari unveiled the Purosangue, the first ever four-door, four-seater car in the Prancing Horse's more than 75-year history. The engine in the Purosangue is a 6.5-liter, dry-sump, high-pressure direct-injected 12-cylinder, with 80% of maximum torque on tap at just 2,100 RPM, peaking at 6,250 RPM. Max power is reached at 7,750 RPMs. The Purosangue's chassis is completely new and was designed from scratch with the aim of producing a structure of uncompromising rigidity, according to Ferrari. The lower chassis structure is made entirely from high-strength aluminum alloy. Together with the structural elements of the upper body, this chassis is lighter than Ferrari's previous four-seaters despite being larger. The body shell is made from materials ranging from aluminum to carbon fiber, with the introduction of high-strength steel in important areas and flanking the mechanical joins with structural adhesives. The single-shell carbon fiber roof with integrated soundproofing is also completely new and delivers rigidity levels on par with a glass roof while weighing about 20% less than an aluminum roof with soundproofing. According to Ferrari, the primary focus of the Purosangue's aero design was the car's centerline section, essential to both the airflow design and to reduce the drag coefficient. Also important to the aero development of the Purosangue was the wake from the wheels, and several aero solutions were implemented to tackle this issue, including integrating louvers into the floating wheel arch trims front and rear, preventing the generation of transverse turbulence. The Purosangue doesn't have a rear windscreen wiper, so the rear screen is cleaned by the airflow along the glass surfaces at the rear. The unconventional location of the headlights made it possible to create two air intakes above and below the daytime running lights. The upper one is used to channel air into the complex blown system which vents underneath the front aero bridge. The lower one, on the other hand, is used to channel air to the brake cooling system. The Purosangue boasts a unique, innovative system that is a world first. Ferrari active suspension technology enabled by Multimatic's true active spool valve system. Compared to other solutions on the market, this new suspension architecture offers numerous advantages by combining electric motor actuation with a high-precision spool valve hydraulic damper into one fully integrated system. The electric motor ensures that body and wheels can be controlled actively with more force authority and at higher frequencies than traditional adaptive or semi-active systems. The Purosangue is equipped with a new generation front semi-virtual high wishbone suspension, where the lower wishbone has two attachment points on the hub carrier. Inside the Purosangue is a unique experience. The Purosangue's interior architecture is based on the dual cockpit dashboard concept, which has been extended and replicated in the back of the car. And for the first time in any Ferrari, there is a Burmeister 3D high-end surround sound system. Alright folks, at long last, Ferrari Purosangue. Directly translated pure blood, but Ferrari's press materials say it actually means thoroughbred, which is what they really want you to believe this thing is. And yeah, just took in a whole lot of information about how this thing is designed and built and four doors. And yeah, we had the 456, we had the FF, we had the GT4, Musso. Those are four seats, four doors. Now we got four doors. This is the family Ferrari. Except we get that V12. That was about that much throttle, by the way. Ferrari claims 3.2 seconds to 60. I don't really doubt that. Ferrari's typically a little conservative with their numbers, so it might even be less. Unfortunately, we can't go out and instrument test this thing today, and we're going to be driving in traffic. Boo! But we're driving. And like all other Ferraris, you get this awesome little Manatino right here on the steering wheel. But what's different is you don't get race. You're not supposed to race this. You do get ice, because that all-wheel drive system lets you drive this thing in the Great White North, where I live. Thanks, Ferrari. I appreciate that. I also appreciate that I fit in the back behind myself. That's a rarity in a lot of cars, much less a four-door Ferrari. So far, This thing's getting a couple thumbs up. We're starting off here in comfort mode. Same turn signal indicators on the steering wheel. Same sort of steering wheel you get on 296, on Roma Spider, 296 GTS, SF90, SF90 Ferrari, blah, 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 blah. Usually it works well. Apparently, Ferrari has done a number of software updates to make it a little more, well, I don't want to say more better, because that's improper language, but better. And of course, you got your little shifter down here that's meant to emulate the Ferraris of yore when you could actually get an open-gated manual transmission. Please bring it back, even if just on special editions. So reverse, auto, manual, and power start, which is launch control, to get that 0 to 60 time down to 3-ish seconds. So we're in auto. I'm going to switch to manual. Still in comfort mode. This thing's shifting really early. The neat thing is, most V12s you really got to wind out. Ferrari claims that in the Purosangue, they've got about 80% of that torque available from about 2,500 RPM. All the way up to that over 8,000 RPM red line. Woo. So in comfort, typically, the shifts are a little longer. So we're going to switch over to sport. Firms up that suspension. And the shifts are definitely quicker. Ride is firm, but not harsh in the least. Brakes are good. Oh, that's a nice smooth delivery of power. That is smooth. No boost to worry about. Oh, that engine sounds good. Yeah, I don't doubt that 0 to 60 time at all. And in this particular Purosangue, we've got the LED lights on the steering wheel, which is an option. Well, I don't know why you wouldn't get that. The screen is feeding me a little bit less information than some of the other models. And the passenger has their screen as well. No center screen. Those weird HVAC controls that we talked about. I don't know why you need all those extra steps, Ferrari. Unnecessary. But it is kind of cool. Once you pull that up, you can actually go through all the different things, your heated seats, cold seats, the temperature of the vehicle, all those sort of things before you put the little gauge back down. So that's smart. You really only need to do it once. Steering has a nice feel to it. Ferraris have typically had really light steering. This doesn't feel so light. Auto stop start. There's got to be a way to turn that off. I'll figure that out later. You can turn it off. And just keep creeping forward too. But yeah, everything feels typically Ferrari. In that turn we did a little bit speedy. It's a little bit more weight you can feel over the top, but it's nothing too disconcerting, which is nice. I am really impressed. So what do you think about this new Ferrari FUV, fun utility vehicle? They say Ferrari utility vehicle. It's an SUV. Oh. Frankly, what's not to be impressed with? The design is actually good, yes. From the side profile, there are Mazda hints, CX-30, CX-50. But you have that, all the aero stuff that we talked about defining this shape. Really meant to reach that coefficient of drag that Ferrari was aiming for. To keep this thing a thoroughbred. I'm impressed.